everyone, and welcome back to the Uncle Bandit stream. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe out there. You know, I've been doing okay. I have, it's kind of crazy because, there's, a few things I still really need to do for I believe August. I still have stuff to do, in general. So, it's just been kind of a lot. Kind of a lot been going on. But you know what? I'm hanging in there. I'm rolling with the punches. I'm doing what I can. You know how it is. Speaking of rolling with the punches, today we are continuing our playthrough of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. I did get the name right. So without further ado, let us hop back into the Videoverse. Here we are, chat. When we last left off, we have entered the Mason system, where we have entered basically the viewpoint of Phoenix Wright over the years. We've completed a few different investigation spots. Okay. So we haven't done all of the borscht, which is interesting. I think the last thing we did was the studio. So, maybe we can do, the detention center? They clear up the past, and then, Right, because he did have, Right, he did have a Psylocke. So maybe we have the stuff now to deal with this Psylocke, yeah? Or Cyclock, I mean. Psylocke is a character from X-Men, not... not, Alright, Magic Man. The trick up his sleeve. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess is it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier, the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let's make this as painless as possible. I can't remember what I did for this guy. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Yeah, probably the gun. Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet. One shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valiant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zack and Valance, quick draw, shoot 'em. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot 'em canceled because someone might get hurt? Of course. What other reason could there be? Well, it could have been canceled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was. Yeah, I do really think it is Thalassa. But that's Zachramary's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe was her name. Alakazar! But how can you say that? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot. And this clearly shows that just how much danger she was in. I mean, it's called the Zack and Valent Shoot'em. She is part of the troop, so maybe this works. Troop Grimmary performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We were not merely the latest craze. We were an age. A golden age. It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes? Yeah, it proves association, yeah. Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. A part of his memory is still locked up. There's one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Valent's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? So close. There has to be something. About how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valent's relationship with Magnifi. Well, because, like, Thalassa is Zack's wife. I see it in your eyes. Still have something to say? How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely. I think, yeah, you're gonna take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both of your hands. And this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you. I apologize, this. Oh, she's also, Magnifi's daughter. Right. That too. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zachramary's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Grimmary's only daughter. Grr! There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. That wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you. I don't know what was. It was an accident! Unlock success. There's no proof. None at all. But Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Grimmary? The master, Magnifi Grimmary, his only daughter, and his two disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. That is all it was. An accident. Zack and Valance tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing, same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullets stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives. Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnify his daughter. And that led to blackmail, I take it? It's all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did Magnify Grimeri try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is it was a critical time for Troop Grimeri. The passing of the torch from Magnify to Zack and Valant. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnify's wishes. Magnify forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads? Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Grimeri, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? She was not told. Naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnify's slayer, I should think. True. How? After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room during his research. Did you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. Oh yeah, he's talking about the one reporter guy. Yeah. I see. His name, I do not recall, but his scent. The cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thank you for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. I'm sorry. Go, 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 go. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Grimeri, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman. I never learned who that was at the time, though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile, and the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Grimeri to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. Wow. Ta-da! Ooh, okay. So we got Zack here, and we got the one guy there. The one Gavin brother. I mean, we can go to the studio. That's an idea. See who we run into here. Ah? Well, 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 what do we have here? It's this guy again. Look at this guy. Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misham was poisoned and his daughter's... Oh, yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd track down case just a little quicker, end quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? Zach Grimeri was a good friend. Zach said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bull Club. What a character, what a man. If a little... No, a lot. No, extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not interviewee. Journalist asks questions, not other way around, end quote. Fine, shoot. I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. This guy, okay. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes. A forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham that I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched. Do you mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Hey, there's like a camera somewhere in here. Drew Misham felt like he was being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he's being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Grimeri got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me? Huh. Someone is watching. I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifique Grimeri? No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean the accident? During the quick draw shoot-'em practice. My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Val and Grimeri did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifique Grimeri at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared. Quite suddenly at that. And Magnifique wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches a scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Grimeri. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grimeri in those days. The whole screwy mentor-controlling disciple scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice. or 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant. Okay. Yeah, so Brushel was, like, Zach's, like, confidant, and he, like, this, like, Brushel's a weirdo, but he is a weirdo that is closely related. He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi Miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valen? So Valen waited until Zach died. Legally, at least. The time finally comes, and Valen's like a kid on Christmas morning. He gets ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. But see, my question is, like... So he granted it to Zach, and Zach is dead. So what happens then? He's a sorry one, that Valen Grimeri. Lost out to his partner at work. And love, too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. Yeah, no, that I kind of picked up on. That is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Yeah, no, I can't ask him directly about it. Can I show you this? Mr. Brushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Well, of course! I was friends with Zach, after all. He hit me a few times, 5 times actually. But still, I'd never forget his wife. Thalassa Grimeri. Magnifi Grimeri's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? Sweet, okay. So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. Whoa, really? You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Yeah, me neither. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They'd only been married 1 year. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. They still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know? Oh yeah, it's like the one in the locket, but not. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy, end quote. What? Really? What? But Trucy said she was an only child. Ah, yes. This one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance? Yep. And themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child? Do you think I could borrow that photo? Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know? I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Don't you think? I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this whole play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore. Magnifi. I was just wondering what Magnify would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you heard it? Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power. Yeah. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It was the same with Magnify. And with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some Grimmeri gene? It's the bracelets! It's the bracelets! Wait. Are you hold on. Wait, no. That, well, is like Apollo like the secret son of Thalassia, and like that's the deal? Like that's why he's able to like use the bracelets and like read people's tells and junk? Is Apollo and Trucy like step siblings? Okay. Okay. It's a strange thing. You think it's some Grimmeri gene? Magnify told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Grimmeri's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grimmeri's secret was? Well, I mean, he probably played a game of poker with her. I mean, that's how you end up with the kids. That was a terrible joke. I'm so sorry. Maybe nobody. Now that Zack's gone. Zack Grimmeri. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grimmeri fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Grimmeri's power. Oh. A power which passed from Magnify Grimmeri to Thalassa, to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Okay, so that sounds like go to the Borscht Club. Maybe we can, yeah, because he did have a Psylocke, so maybe we try to like hit that, and then we'll see where it goes. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. This actually can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why is that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa Grimmeri? I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. Gun. The three of you were a team. Once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valant Grimmeri's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Valant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind. was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnifique Grimeri has joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy? Mr. Zack, I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy? Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. How would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There's someone else with the power, and I know who. Yeah, it would be Apollo, yeah. Because, like, we've been using it the entire game. This boy, his name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like, but you could at least say something like, I'm this boy, I could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa, actually. It's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. It just so happened to have evidence that shows this missing link. Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, it's the portrait we got. Because she has the bracelets. Like, look at them. Like, the bracelet's what we've been using to, like, see things. So, like, as Apollo, so, like, yeah. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband. He died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. They met when he joined us Grimeris as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her. I couldn't help notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Grimeri family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like this one, just like the ones in the picture. What? So, that's why... Why what, Mr. Zack? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that makes Apollo and Trucy like step-siblings, in a way. Like, they both have the same mom. And then it's like... And also, I guess Apollo is descended from magicians. I bet I know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy. Her son. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay. I wasn't anticipating that very much. I don't think. This strange power. I myself do not know where it comes. Yet the fact that it is passed down the Grimeri line, it runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her. Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to the tension in others. Tension? If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension, without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes. Or bracelets. I admit, the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two are brother and sister, yes. And the brother, too, has this power of theirs. So Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright. Tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt. Once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Yeah, no. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. Vibranium. No. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this has something to do with the power? What have I told you? The Grimmeri power reacts to tension in others. When a Grimmeri senses tension, they too become tense. This tension translates into minute contractions of the muscle. So minute. Because it's not minute. Because, like, minute is something else. Minute, right. It's minute. Duh. Yeah. Tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions. Because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped, if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face, and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So basically what you're saying is, the Grimmeris can see really well? For them, seeing is more than believing, is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something, precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You were talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Grimmeri. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If the boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? Ah, I said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor, Magnifi Grimmeri, passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifi's test. A test? In his last years, Magnifi Grimmeri worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night I could not shoot him, so I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this. I give my art to you, Zack. What? It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack, though I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Ah, I thought you might say that. If I were home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valent his chance. If I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Ah. Yet this ending, too, gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I've done much that was wrong in my life. Seems to me that Magnify wanted you to be his successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps. But it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder. What is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performer's rights go to him. Ah. And now here I am. And his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness. Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? Oh. That night, Zack Romeri was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. Wow. His confession. Use it as I saw fit. Of course he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner Valent Grumeri. Wow, fake confession. Huh. Interesting. Very cool. Okay. I feel like the next step would be the Coliseum, because it's like we're being led to kind of Valent, and if he's debuting his show, I think that'd be the guess. That's like, it's either that or head back to the solitary cell, which, you know, we don't really feel like dealing with the Gavin brother. Let me take a drink real quick. Hold on. All right, here we are. Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Long time no see, Mr. Valent. 7 years, has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions, but then I realized I needed to hear it from you. I have walked a difficult road for these past 7 years. Because you couldn't perform Magnify's repertoire, do not be deceived. Valent's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way. Zack Romeri. His rather well-performed disappearance act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zack Romeri murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it, in the end. For a while he vanished. The suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zack vanished and protected him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. Yet that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillain distraction. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce? I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened. Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day, which is why I came here to get the answer from you. Psylocke. Oh, and there's only 2. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Well, let's go break it open, yeah? Ask what you will. You'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I have endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troupe within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valent, but right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. Probably, yeah, no. Transferal of rights, basically, yeah, performing rights for the, yeah. Oh, this transfers it to Trucy, that's cool, okay. Right, I completely forgot about this, right. And what might that be? I see it bears the Grimmeri seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner, but I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles. What? Zack Grimmeri. He wrote this. What? He passed everything to his daughter? Trucy and Igmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous! Zack's gone. Vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zack was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Wow! Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnifi. Yes, it was Zack. It was! Then he left. My career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zack Grimmeri shot Magnifi. Was that why you testified? Yes! My way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Yeah! Give him something to throw him off base, and then give him some, something he wants. Yeah, no, I get it. Zack Grimmeri wrote one more thing before passing on. This is a confession, which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grimmeri. See? All according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, giving them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I'm the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Chad, I'll be, right back. I'm really sorry. But I'll be right back. And I returned. Sorry about that, chat. Something kind of came up. All right. Let's continue. Now I'm the audience believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zack wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him. Alakazam! You don't know what this confession... You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. Yes. It's my opinion that Zack Grimeri killed no one. And you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. So he vanished to protect me, his partner. Ha 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 ha. A stirring tale, is true. Did you shoot Magnifi Grimeri in the forehead? If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me. I knew it. So Valent Grimeri did kill the great Magnifi. Ha! Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. So sorry, Mr. Wright. It was not I who shot my mentor. What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? It wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple. Such as... I don't know. Knack and Talent Grimeri, maybe? Your wildest fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose that you've figured it out by now. If it wasn't Zack or Valent who shot Magnifi, it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean... Yes. The great Magnifi Grimeri himself. So you're saying that he shot himself? Really? Okay. So Magnifi Grimeri committed suicide? Oh man, the cops must be terrible at their job. Oh my god. Like, don't get me wrong, the cops in Phoenix Wright games have never been shown as particularly competent. Or, well, okay. I feel like that the investigators, like the detectives and stuff, are more competent in this game, but, like, they still miss stuff all the time. Like, but I feel like you'd be able to tell that. That's crazy. You find it hard to believe? To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. Yeah, because, like, the angle is... Well, yeah, okay. I don't know. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So, you spoke with Magnifi Grimeri? Yes. And this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner Zack Grimeri, not me. I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. Yeah, me too, honestly. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Is Valent Grimeri confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? Yeah, that's a good question. You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnify's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands? Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. But that was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon. Let me confess. I had intended to shoot Magnify. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. What? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnify's hospital room. Which was IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. So we did find out the plan ultimately. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnify called me back. I am sorry, Valent. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Zack puts butts in seats, son. you just don't draw. I don't know. Please help him, if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnify Grimeri killing himself. Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand and wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I'd brought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnify died and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but yes. I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. Yeah, no, I feel that. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grimeri was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me. What if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Whoa, what? Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. Is he implying that Thalassa might still be alive? That, like... That'd be... kinda nuts. That'd be kinda crazy. Wait. Is this... Hold on. Is Thalassa the lady who lost, like, her memory? Because, like, remember we ran into, like, the singer? Like, the singer lady, the mysterious singer lady. And she said that she didn't, like, remember, she, like, lost her memory. Would this be her? It might. Well, no, but... well, no. Well, no, because that lady was blind, though. Did Thalassa go blind? Like, is that what? Oh, man. Okay. We gotta keep going. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zach Grimeri. Then, I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Zach Grimeri, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer, he is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good. It would involve paying that man a visit. Ooh. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well... Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see. Yeah, this yellow envelope. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, and there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. Let's see if this anthraquinine spray finds anything. Whoa, okay. Oh. Yeah, that stamp's glowing like the Dickens. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, all right, no mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. The interview request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life I won't tell them about you. So please release the spell you put on my daughter. I'll write later with a report. A spell? Like a magic spell? Sorry, I just had to deal with something. Okay. Gotcha. Finally. Decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar? In jail? Gavin, I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Misham hasn't received a verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of anthraquinine poisoning, but it never hurts to hope. Okay? I'll be leaving now, then. Right. Wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. Ooh. Whoa, oh, he had a camera on this thing! He had a camera in his button all along! That's crazy. That is insane. That is a crazy thing. So that's how we ended up with all of that. He's been recording, like, all these conversations this entire time. I guess in theory. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. Thanks, Phoenix. To be continued. That was a cool section. Very different, very ethereal. Very, very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go take a drink here before we move on. Okay. Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Dude, it's very like break the fourth. It does feel a little break the fourth wallish, and I kind of dig it. It's interesting. Let's go. Something inside me, rising, surfacing. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now, so close. Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution's ready to rock. Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant, Vera Misham's condition? Acute atroquinine poisoning, according to her physician. She could die at any time. Thus, the absence from the courtroom today. What? They can't put her on trial without her being here. It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us why. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right. If Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well. Your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done. But Vera was poisoned with atroquinine, the exact same poison that took her father's life. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison. Significant since it's rather hard to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. Prosecution's objection is sustained. I ask the defense to prove its claim to this court. Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned. I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how? Which did it first? How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I'll focus first on the method used. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body. I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Misham? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. What method was used to poison Vera Misham? I think I know what it was. It's this nail polish. What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Dang it, Judge. Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Ah, something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it? As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish. Nail polish. It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails? My wife has red nails. I see. She's been painting them all this time. You know, what the judge does and doesn't know is just a mystery. Like, what life does this man live? Let us recall yesterday's trial. Remember when Vera was testifying to the court? Court is now back in session. Yeah, she was biting her nails. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails. Prosecutor Gavin, when the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? Bailiff, have them check the defendant's nails at once. Mr. Justice. Yes? You know who did this. You know who put poison in that nail polish. I have a guess. Yes. That bottle belongs to Vera Misham? Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? No, just checking. Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation. Here, let me show you. Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time. Now let us ask, who poisoned Vera Misham with her nail polish? Christoph Gavin. Yeah, because we saw a bottle like that in his jail cell, and you know, Vera's been acting really weird towards, Clavier. You know? Kind of been kind of scared of the guy. And they both look alike, so I think, yeah. What's this? Christoph Gavin? Objection! What's your game? My bro. There's no way he could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. He is behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. What? Ask yourselves when he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday. It could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness. Fine. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay. The defense's wish is granted. Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison. You think Meekins is still the bailiff? Ah, Your Honor. How nice to see you again. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? What do I owe the pleasure of your company? Not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know Mr. Christoph Gavin. Ah, Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. Ugh. Why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss? Stiff upper lip, Apollo. You can do it. Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadone nail polish? Why, or Ariadone nail polish. Why, yes. I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet. And? Was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste, indeed. This nail polish was how Vera Misham was poisoned. Atroquinine, was it? You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin. Even in solitary, much comes to my desk. And I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier? Ooh. Maybe you can explain this? You're being accused again. By him, again. Ah. And? You agree with this accusation, do you? Do you? Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please. I'd be delighted. The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant Vera Misham. Please testify on this matter to the court. Owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I've been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds. The prosecution's case holds. You poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too. Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely. Naturally. For one, I don't even know the Mishams. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice? Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. I'm accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss. I know he poisoned the Mishams. Question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention, why? I'm under the general impression he was the guy who threw... Oh, my bracelet's going off. So we gotta find a place to perceive. See, right here his pose changes. I kind of wonder if maybe we could find something here. Look into my eyes, what do you see? Oh, that's kind of crazy looking. Whoa! Whoa! Gotcha! Oh, and it looks like a skull when he tenses up like that. That's crazy! I didn't realize I didn't realize he had a scar there. That's... wow, okay. It was you who killed Drew Misham. A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father, too. Your hand tensed unnaturally, and a little devil appeared to give me the news. And? Let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Were all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Misham fond of nail polish too? Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get someone's mouth. To get into someone's mouth. Ah. And it must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Misham was killed on October 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is. But you found a way all the same. And I found it too. This is how you poisoned Mr. Misham. This is sent to him, so I don't think that works. But the stamp, I think, yeah. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. Atroquinine was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin. So I am to understand this stamp was the murder weapon? Yes, you are. Oh, and yes, this stamp was found in your prison cell. Ooh. That is all, Your Honor. Order! The poison on the back of that stamp. After Drew Misham was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's when he found the stamp. You made Drew Misham write you a letter. That's how you killed him. What? My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need do is recall witness Spark Brushell's testimony. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp. A so-called postage stamp, end quote. He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp. What are you getting at? What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night. That would seem to be the case. Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence. He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use that stamp? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder. What? Really, Clevier. You should be seeing through these weak-spined bluffs by now. He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Misham would use that stamp that night? Least of all, Christoph Gavin locked away in his cell. Well, it seems that the defense has run out of things to say. You assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff? I'm not sure I agree with you there, Christoph. Clavier. Honestly, I wanted to believe you. But the defense wasn't trying to get away with the bluff. You were, Christoph. What are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin? Hair forehead. What was your accusation again? Huh? Oh, it was that this poisoned stamp killed Drew Misham. Yeah? To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know when Misham would use the stamp. Yes, that's right. Which is why it couldn't have been planned. Tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Drew Misham died by the stamp. That's all. Coincidence. Christoph, you tried to slip out from under this accusation by changing the subject. If that's not bluffing, what is? What are you up to, Clavier? I could ask you the same question, Christoph. I silence the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency. But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony. Very well. I shall take this claim head on then. Justice? What? You accuse me of Drew Misham's murder, yes? Then allow me to ask you, what possible reason could I have to kill a painter? Apollo, motive. He's talking about a motive. Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter. Here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose. So, what does it mean? It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a motive. A motive for murder. This is a vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement. I'd say it's about this vital. That's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice, going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence. And let's see what you have for us. What reason did Christoph Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Misham? Yeah, I definitely think he's the one that's been doing the forging, yeah. Christoph Gavin's motive becomes clear. Well, you consider why the stamp came to Drew Misham's studio in the first place. And why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnifique Grimeri's diary. When attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven. The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright, who, other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it. And why would they? Just out of curiosity, do you remember this letter? This is the first page. And this is the second. And this is the third. Wait, no. Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Misham by the client who requested that forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than that poison commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old? The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery. To keep them from talking? But he made a mistake. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Ooh. Hair forehead. You understand what you're telling us. The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. It was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright. Ooh. Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh? Then how will it go down? I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began. Oh, old boy. Here. What's this? I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. And one more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery. The day before? Now here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigmar's previous defense attorney? Oh. No. This can't all be... But it is all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christoph Gavin. Oh. Order! What is the meaning of this? Witness. Defendant. Former lawyer? Let me begin by denying this. It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin, and impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim? That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield. Hair forehead. Are you sure you don't have evidence? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy. Evidence. Evidence that shows this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Clavier. Just prove it. Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case. You must have thought of some evidence, Apollo. Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of him, and proof is the only way I can. What proves Christoph Gavin's link to Drew Misham? It'd be the letter, I would think. Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it. It can be proven. Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not... Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then, I say we give him the benefit of the doubt. Very well. But if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty. Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his passion? Ooh. I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice? Fine, Your Honor. All I have to prove is any kind of link. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to Drew Misham. I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice. Present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Misham. It would have to be the yellow letter, yeah. This evidence proves there's a link. That scrap of paper? I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting. Oh. Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this? Ah, I see now. Yes, of course. What do you mean, of course? I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell. Except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail. Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell? No. However, it appears Mr. Wright is yet to be cured of his bad forging habit. Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. What? He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery. Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? And as embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please? The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record. Better luck next time, Justice. This guy. Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point. This slippery guy. Apollo, do something. Thinking, but without evidence. I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well. This ends the special witness's cross-examination. Whoa. The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin? Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years, and I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet. Eh, Christoph? Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine? Or yours? Ooh, that's good. Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor. Your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier. Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember what's really important to you. You amuse me, Hair Forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Hair Right? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation for the record. I'm familiar with the trial. I watched the video several times. Didn't you find anything unnatural about it? Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented this evidence, and the next moment you call in Drew Mission. It was almost as if... What? He was in on it! Yeah. Funny. Didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Yeah, he was in on it. Almost as if, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah, correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clavier. I knew because you told me, Christoph. What? It was the night before the trial. Clavier. Christoph? Out seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. I won't be appearing in the trial, actually. Huh? Why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney who'll be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then... I wondered about it at the time. How did Kristoff know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Kristoff, we were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserved that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case. The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magnifie's diary, wouldn't it? Ooh. Wow. I guess Clavier kind of feels a way of being, like, denied that. That moment of being able to face off against his brother. And then also being told, like, yeah, no, like... And then kind of, like, finding out, like... You know... That, like, it was all just kind of a sham. To a degree. That's crazy. Mr. Gavin? My, Clavier. You disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest. You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me, what was going on behind that trial? Why not? I achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo. I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Grameri. 2 cards. 1 card. Showdown time. Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards. Kristoff Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright? A second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs? He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man? He deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it! So the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive them. Phoenix Wright and Zach Grameri both deserved what they got. So you asked Mr. Misham to forge that evidence, so you could win. But then when you were dismissed as Zach Grameri's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Wow. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin. Perfectly. You're mad, Kristoff. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clavier? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled. The defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance, so you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said, every day for 7 years. Yeah, but I felt it too. Journalists sure he is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Rameri got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? Oh, wait just a minute. Zach Rameri was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Rameri gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him. Right. Leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. J.D. Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't... It wasn't... Never mind. It's not... The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that traveler was Zach Rameri. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Oh, that's nice. Did she already know? She might have had an idea. She is observant. Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnifique Rameri's death started it. Magnifique Rameri's death and his student Zach Rameri the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Misham? Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Atroquinine. Applied to a commemorative stamp. But luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp. I see. That wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadone nail polish. Of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. Ah. That nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been... Well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. That person gave me a good luck charm. For when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me. Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. You won't tell me what it was. It's from that client, the one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. What if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous, and the nail polish would do the rest. His time bombs sat there for 7 years, and then they went off almost simultaneously. Wow. Wow. If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said? Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Javier, surely you understand. We are back to the evidence. Lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and Antraquinine that took Drew Misham's life. What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Grimeri to keep him from talking. I killed no man for that name. Hold on. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive. Okay, then why did you kill him? I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now. I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here. No. Well, you're doing so well, Apollo. As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent. Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence. You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails? What? It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What? What? Evidence is everything. There is nothing more. I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well. However, without direct proof, you will have nothing. However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yes. Christophe, you're right. That is, you would have been right, until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system. Oh, right. That's right. I totally forgotten. I haven't forgotten, but yeah. The jurist system. Jurists, you say? The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law. Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of a joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers? Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law. Nonsense. There's only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say. Ooh. Man, really letting the mask slip there, brother. You're not in the court, actually. We're watching everything by video camera. Ooh. How can you allow this? Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright? Oh. So, everything was leading to this. Of course. Right. 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 Right! Right! That is nuts. Oh, wow. He looks crazy. I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute. let ignorant swine soil your courts? Kristoff, it's over. Clavier! The law is absolute. The law is absolute? Can't be serious. What? Odd. Thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge, like a gem polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on, based on our time. It is always changing, growing. Nurturing it is our task as human beings. Except for you, Kristoff. You aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. Wow. Couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. Someday I'll know what law is. I'll fight to change it if I have to. I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham, accused of murdering her father, the painter Drew Misham. However, several other incidents were reviewed, and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurists of the court, the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter. Whoa, okay. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decision. That is all. Please, wait. Yes, jurist number 6? There's something in the jurist's handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case? I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's the... I knew it. That's the singer lady. Yeah. It's what was her name? Like Lamoureux, I believe? Yeah, Lamoureux. Yeah, no, it was like a really funky name. Yeah, no, I don't think she's particularly guilty. Oh, and she has the bracelet! So it is Thalassa. Thalassa is Lamoureux. I pegged that so good. Okay. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the jurist system. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Kristoff Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any ever heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, man, I'm glad she's okay. Hey, kiddo. Vera, I'm so glad. Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too, and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about what if Vera... Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you had to see us like this. Oh, and she smiled. Vera? Thank you so much. Apollo, thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No. I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. Vera, when I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world, to see things with your own eyes. It's like that poison had some effect after all. Killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. Oh, that's cute. Oh, look, it's me. I love it. Thanks. Just the hair. That's really funny. Is that me? She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy? Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all? Probably. You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? Yeah, no, you did help, and you did see him 7 years on. Because you were in the room with Phoenix with the card game, so yeah. I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching. And one day, I shall return. You're the next Grimmeri, after all. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay. Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano. That he can. Oh, and I've got you too, even if your voice is kind of loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy? The one who can't play. Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Teehee. Oh, Trucy. Yes, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it? Aw, she likes the Sir Hat trick. Oh, he's not been knighted yet. Here it goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection. Not loud enough. I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyway. That's Magic Panties, Apollo. Apollo! That's your sister, Apollo. Apollo! I'm sorry. So, your memory's returned. Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan, too? I don't know what you're talking about. When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lammerroy. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists. You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there's no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course, it is a happy thing. For so long, I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children. 2 dear children. So proud of them. This, too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you going to tell them? Yeah, are you going to tell them? They do not know? Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I will go to them. When the time is right. Until then, don't worry. I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me, too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her, at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels. On the inside. Aw. Man. Poor kid. Your bracelet. Yes? I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember seeing him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine. And I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. Such a small thing, that bullet. Yet it tore who I was away. Boom. 10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal. It was a miracle no one died. But I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe. My family. Now my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I'm glad to be alive, Mr. Wright. Speaking of miracles, Vera Misham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken. Sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for. Man, that's real. That's pretty much the end of my story, for now anyway. I still got a long way to go in this power vine. Well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time. Gotta go. Cords of steel. Here comes justice! Yay! That was Apollo Justice. That was really... Honestly, that was cool. That was cool. So Apollo stays at the agency. My long-lost big little brother. And don't you worry about Troop Grimmeri. Trucy's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy. Trucy Grimmeri? Frankly, I got my doubts, but Hat Grimmeri, that'll pack him in. That'll put butts in seats. Yeah, no. This was really cool. I like... See, I think the cool... It sort of reminded me, like, of a cool thing, you know? Where it's, like, a cool thing that Ace Attorney is able to pick up. Oh, the Gaviners are breaking up. Oh, that's sad. Oh, man. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session. Oh, that's cute. I like that. But yeah, no, like... I like how they were all able to tie it together into, like, this big kind of, like, conspiracy, but not. It was really interesting. I like kind of the new, like, kind of, like, investigation, like, gimmicks. I think those are really neat. Very, very cool. I've been a piano player longer than I've been a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted and I've got time on my hands, maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Big smile on my face. But yeah, no, I like the characters are as charming as ever, and, you know, like, I just find it so cool how they were able to, like, tie it all together at the end. Very, very neat. We get to see, you know, some old characters and new characters and all that good stuff. Oh, crazy idea. What if there were golden snackaroos? Oh my goodness. Or snackoos, right? The preservatives might not be 100% safe. But yeah, no, it's like, the new characters stand out really well and are really, really interesting. You know? I like how... I really liked how sharp Clavier was in this. Like, you kind of... Like, you meet him and you think he might actually be like a goof, you know? But he is actually quite, like, sharp. He is, like, quick on the draw. You know? Which I think makes him really interesting. Yeah, no, Apollo... I don't know, like, Apollo's, like, okay. I think my thing about Apollo is that I feel like he spent a lot of this game complaining. Complaining, whinging, you know... Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe that's just myself. Maybe I'm not remembering it right. But I don't know. Like, the cases were really neat. Hey, spread the roots. Culture time. Hey, how you doing? This is how we write root, capiche? Still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time. And this is how we write people, alright? Not the walkie's paying any attention. Whoa, kid. We're trying to raise money to make sure that you live. But yeah, no, like, the characters were interesting and fun, and, like... It revolving around a troupe of magicians is very, I feel... Like, I feel like that is, like, very much in line with... It looks awful. But yeah, no, like... But honestly, yeah, like, this has been, like, a really, really cool one. For sure. Interesting characters, brings back some, leaves out others. I feel Gavin is a lot more kind of like, I guess like active, I guess, in the court. Than like Edgeworth. Or at the very least, he tries to like press a bit more, I feel. Which I think kind of fits with his whole like Rockstar deal. But yeah, no, the characters are still, you know, we still found a bunch of weirdos, and it's been neat. It's been cool. You used to call me Wesley Stinker or Wesley Sticky Hands, but no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the cure. Well, I don't know. They might call you a sicko for other reasons. But yeah, no. And they, I guess, put it in the RE engine, which is... Or at least this version was put in the RE engine, which is kind of nuts to me. You know? Crazy stuff. Oh, there she is! I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Life has returned to my life, and with it, joy. I may have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. Wow. That's so sweet, man. That's so cool. Brushel, brushel, brushel. Brushel, brushel, brushel. Brushel here, back on the beat with another interview. Eh? How do I feel about how things turned out? This guy's just a weirdo. I love him. No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. And quote. I do love that even in like the final case, they still add some sort of oddball to the mix. Hey, Inafune. Good to see you. Oh, she decided to keep painting. Originals only. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find out what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. Oh. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you. Man. But this was cool. This was a cool one. Oh, look at him. Oh, that's so sweet. Man. Oh, we get a little artwork too. You unlocked a special bonus in the music and background settings. Commemorative. Oh, that's cute. Well, that's cool. I'm kind of debating... no, actually. Well, chat. Wow, okay. Interesting. I think what we'll do... I don't know. I feel like we haven't really been going long enough. But honestly, like, this has been a really cool one. I'm kind of debating whether to do more attorney games. So, like, I guess for reference for anybody that's like here or watching or whatever, doing the attorney games, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go in original release order. So if I look at my little, because I wrote it down. I actually did write it down. I just need to like pull it up real quick. So basically how we would do it is, after this we would do the 2 Ace Attorney Investigations games, then Dual Destinies, then Great Ace Attorney Adventures, then Spirit of Justice, and then Great Ace Attorney 2. Because even though they're released in like in specific packs, there was like a specific release dates that they had. And I feel like that would be, I guess, a more like interesting way to go about it, I think. Or like see like the evolution of the series as it goes in like mechanics and things like that. Whether I marathon Ace Attorney the way that I did before is kind of up in the air. I feel like it does kind of help keep things in my head more. But, you know, I kind of leave that up in the air. I still have, like, 2 other playthroughs I gotta close out. But yeah, no. I think that's just gonna be it for me today. But yeah, no. Thank y'all for coming out. I really appreciate you. And I think without further ado, I'm gonna roll it over now to the aftermath. So, chat, what did we learn today? We learned that you still need evidence if you want to put away the most despicable people in the world. We also learned that, you know, sometimes everything just all comes together in the end in ways that you're not really expecting. We also learned that magicians get into some crazy stuff. There's some crazy behind-the-scenes stuff with magicians, no joke. Kayfabe's real, you know. Anyway, thank you for coming out to the Uncle Bandit stream. If you enjoyed streams like this, don't be afraid to leave a follow. If you want to help support the stream, you can also sub and donate. Those things really help me out. If you want to check out any old playthroughs or keep up with any current playthroughs, you can head over to the Uncle Bandit stream archive over on YouTube.com. And if you want to keep up with any stream updates, like playthrough announcements, or just want to see what I'm up to, you can check me out on Blue Sky at Uncle Bandit. This has been it for me, and this has been Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. And I hope to see you all next time.